Two people are sitting at their kitchen tables right now, both staring at their investment accounts. They live in the same city, are the same age, 41, and earn roughly $110,000 a year. Both have been investing for over a decade, maxing out their 401(k)s, setting up automatic transfers, and saying no to things they felt they should be able to afford by now. One sees a balance of $983,000 and refreshes it daily, feeling like it owes him something. He recently accepted a project he didn't want because the extra money still felt necessary to him. The other person crossed $1 million 4 months ago. He still checks his balance every morning, but something has shifted. When the market dropped 4% last week, he noticed it, shrugged, and continued with his day. Months earlier, he declined a client project simply because he didn't like it, not because he could afford luxury, but because he no longer felt forced to say yes. Despite only a $17,000 difference in net worth, their experiences are dramatically different. The change isn't visible in lifestyle or income, but something deeper has fundamentally shifted. That shift is structural, not emotional or material. Crossing $1 million doesn't instantly upgrade your lifestyle, but it changes the math behind your life. Understanding this difference can either bring relief or a specific frustration that no one explains clearly. Many people on the journey toward this milestone experience a constant, low-level financial tension. It's not poverty, but a persistent background calculation. Checking accounts before saying yes to a trip, mentally juggling expenses, and hesitating over small decisions because habits of caution have become deeply ingrained. This tension shows up in subtle ways. You might hesitate before ordering something slightly more expensive or delay pursuing a job you actually want because the financial risk feels too high. You agree to commitments you'd rather decline because the margin for saying no isn't quite there yet. Over time, this invisible ceiling shapes your decisions so consistently that you stop noticing it. You adapt your entire life around it, accepting it as normal, even though it quietly limits your freedom and choices. What most people don't realize is that there's a point where that constant calculation begins to quiet down. It doesn't disappear completely, but it becomes noticeably less dominant. The first major change at $1 million isn't your lifestyle. It's that ceiling lifting. While the term millionaire has lost much of its cultural impact, the data still shows it's significant. Reaching $1 million places you roughly in the top 10 to 12% of households, far above the median net worth of about $192,000 in the United States. Surprisingly, most millionaires didn't inherit their wealth. Studies show that nearly 80% built it themselves, often without ever earning extremely high incomes. Common professions include engineers, teachers, accountants, and managers, not just entrepreneurs or investors. The majority attribute their success to consistent investing over time rather than dramatic financial wins. It's a steady, disciplined process that quietly builds wealth in the background, allowing compounding to do most of the heavy lifting while life continues as usual. The real shift at $1 million lies in how money begins working for you. Historically, a 10% annual return means a $1 million portfolio generates about $100,000 per year on average. That's more than many households earn through full-time work. At lower levels, such as $100,000 or $500,000, investment returns are helpful but not dominant. At $1 million, your investments start producing more value than your own labor, fundamentally changing your relationship with income and effort. This is where financial independence starts to feel tangible. Using the widely discussed 4% rule, a $1 million portfolio can provide about $40,000 per year sustainably. It's not extravagant, but it covers a meaningful portion of living expenses without requiring active work. More importantly, it reduces the pressure behind everyday decisions. You're no longer making choices purely out of necessity. Instead, you begin to experience a level of flexibility that wasn't previously available. Another powerful aspect is that your portfolio doesn't just sustain withdrawals, it often continues growing. Historical data suggests that even with consistent withdrawals, portfolios frequently end up larger over time due to compounding. This creates a sense of stability and resilience. As your investments grow, they accelerate. The first $1 million takes years of discipline, but subsequent millions often come faster because the base is larger and working more efficiently. For example, someone saving consistently for 15 years might reach $1 million, but the next million could take only 6 or 7 years under similar conditions. At that stage, investment growth contributes far more than personal savings. The portfolio effectively becomes a financial engine, generating momentum on its own. Contributions still matter, but they play a smaller role compared to the returns generated by the existing assets. Beyond the math, new opportunities become available. Crossing this threshold can grant access to investment options and financial tools that weren't previously accessible, such as private investments or specialized lending strategies. These tools allow individuals to leverage their assets more efficiently, often without selling them. While these options exist for everyone in theory, they typically only become practical or available once a certain level of wealth is reached. However, despite these advantages, reaching $1 million doesn't automatically make people feel wealthy. Many individuals report that their perception of wealth continues to shift upward. As net worth increases, so does exposure to others with even greater wealth, which influences expectations. Psychological factors, such as ingrained habits and beliefs about money, often persist regardless of financial progress, making it difficult to fully relax even after achieving significant milestones. Research also shows that happiness continues to increase with income for most people, though not indefinitely. Financial security plays a major role in overall well-being, often more than luxury or status. The biggest benefit of wealth at this level is not excitement or indulgence, but relief, the ability to live without constant financial stress and uncertainty. It's about reducing anxiety rather than dramatically increasing pleasure. At the same time, managing wealth becomes more complex. Basic financial strategies evolve into more advanced considerations, including tax planning, withdrawal strategies, and long-term asset allocation. Many people require professional guidance at this stage, which introduces additional costs and decisions. The simplicity of early financial habits gives way to a more intricate system that requires careful management and ongoing attention. But there's also a surprising risk. Reaching $1 million doesn't guarantee long-term financial security. Poor decisions, lifestyle inflation, or mismanagement can erode wealth over time. Some individuals increase spending gradually without realizing it, eventually undermining years of disciplined saving. The presence of wealth can create a false sense of security, making it easier to lose focus on the habits that built it. This creates a new kind of awareness. Instead of worrying about not having enough, people begin to worry about losing what they've built. The stakes feel higher because there's more to protect. This shift can introduce a different type of stress, one centered on preservation rather than accumulation. It requires balancing enjoyment of wealth with maintaining long-term sustainability. Ultimately, what changes most is your relationship with choice. Financial independence doesn't mean stopping work or living extravagantly. It means having the option to decide differently. You can walk away from opportunities that don't align with your values. You can prioritize time, energy, and personal fulfillment without the same level of financial pressure. This flexibility is the true benefit of reaching this milestone that in the end, $1 million doesn't buy luxury or eliminate all concerns. What it provides is freedom from the constant need to say yes out of necessity. It gives you the ability to decline what drains you and choose what matters more intentionally. The real value lies in removing the invisible constraints that shaped your decisions for years, allowing you to live with greater clarity, control, and peace of mind.